Hello and welcome back to PSY-POD, the podcast about nothing, the podcast where we bring local people for local vibes. We're just like one Zonko Levi who told you not to smoke because it came from a plant where a witch bled, period. Same energy. Anyways, today is another great episode we're going to have, very monumental. We're very honored to have a person of such high eminence with us today. But rather than me say who it is, if Rinpoche, you can kindly look into the camera and say hello to our local and international fans.
And hello, I am Dilgo Khyentse Yangsi Rinpoche, and I'm currently 33 years old, 1993 born. Okay.
So same age. Okay. Anyways, we'll get to know more about Rinpoche and more once we start. So live from Juno Studios, PSY-POD starts. PSY-POD. Okay, guys, quick question before we start. Are you guys trying to go abroad? Are you trying to find the right English exam to go abroad with? You might have considered PTE, IELTS, TOEFL, the usual gang. But have you considered LanguageCert? Well, in that case, our sponsor Chhundu Training Institute, or CTI, might just come in handy. It's officially approved by the Australian Department of Home Affairs and already accepted by Australian universities that Bhutanese are already applying to, so you know it's legit. But here's why people are switching. First, the flexibility. You can literally reschedule a test up to 3 days before, or cancel and still get a refund 14 days prior. Second, the evaluation. Your test is marked by real people, actual people, not robots, not a cold system judging your life decisions. And honestly, the biggest game changer. If you decide to take the test today, you can book and sit for the exam within 24 hours. No long waiting periods, no over-explaining your whole entire life. Plus, it's the most affordable English proficiency test in Bhutan at only 13,000 Yultram. For an example, if you compare PTE, it takes up to 2 months just to get a single test slot, mainly because of limited seats available in Bhutan. Meanwhile, CTI has 23 test seats for LanguageCert, all in one location, the largest test center in our country. So no waiting, no adjusting your whole life and your schedule just to take an exam. And recently, PTE has also been proven to be a more difficult exam. So it's your choice, PTE, IELTS, TOEFL or LanguageCert. So yeah, faster results, more flexibility and a system which actually works around you. LanguageCert exams, smarter, simpler and student friendly. For more information, contact CTI to book your test today and sit for it tomorrow. Alright, we're back. And before we begin, like always, we'd give a huge shout out to Domsip for supporting this podcast. Thank you so much for your support. And also, Rinpoche, you can kind of look up. Right now, we don't see anything, but in post-production, there'll be names, angels flying, kandrums, dakinis, all these people will be flying. These are all our supporters of our podcast. And we call them members of our podcast. But I give them a moniker, a fan name. It's called the Pod Heads. Because this is the PSY-POD, they're the pod heads. So thank you, pod heads, for supporting this podcast. We appreciate support. Thank you. Because of you, the lights are on, coffee is warm, and you get guests just like Rinpoche joining us to have a conversation. If you want to be a pod head, please check the link in the description and click it, or press the join button on the side. This is for people who live abroad because YouTube hates Bhutan. Anyways, you get perks such as early releases, member-only posts, badges. Yes, when you comment, you get a nice sticker on the side which makes you special and better than everybody else. And yeah, you get the token of my heart. We appreciate it. And if you want to upgrade your plan, you can also be a Podhead Pro, just like an iPhone from iPhone Pro, just to show that you're better than everyone else who's better than everybody else. So you can be like these people right here. Again, Rinpoche, 6 more manifestations of people who are helping this podcast have appeared. So you got to give a huge shout out to Rapsel Hendrup, Nobu 7868, Rinzan Wang 6741, Kukumbot Somo, Tanin Poops, Norbit Digital, Karma Zimba, Pema Samdrup, and Susan B. Thank you for your support. All right, so before we get into it, for those of you who may not know, we have Rinpoche here coming to join our podcast. Rinpoche comes from a very esteemed lineage, but he's also a man who has had a lot of life experiences, so I'm sure we'll share a lot about it. But maybe we can start from the beginning. We can start with a simple question. So for us laymen, people, we don't understand how a life is as a Tulku, to be born in the Dratsang or born in a monastery under such restrictions and supervision. So a simple question, Rinpoche, how is it like growing up as a Tulku?
First of all, I must thank you, Sai, that to call me. And I loved your podcast with Michael Rutland.
Oh, killers.
Why? I'll tell you. Specifically, his English linguistic ways and pronunciations were excellent.
Okay.
And I always try my best to improve my English language. So that's why I thought it was wonderful.
Yes.
I also like the way how you interact with people, because it is the raw truth. We require raw truth for thousands of years and decades. The Buddha and all the great Mahasiddhas explain one thing: to be honest and raw.
Yes.
And right now we are filled with a lot of fakery, and this is contaminating us too much.
Yes.
Okay, going back to your question, what life it is.
Yes.
Well, you can imagine at the age of 2.5, I had, from my family, I went to a Shechen monastery under the Shechen Ramja Rinpoche's guidance, and from then on I was in the monastery, starting every morning at 5 a.m. Studies till the late night around 9:45 p.m. That will be curriculum, and of course pujas and drupchens and meeting with dignitaries and royal highnesses and queen grandmother, and all of this was a daily task for me.
Yes.
Meeting His Holiness and staying for months and months in back aching, butt hurting empowerments also was one of my cup of coffee, I would say. So that's how a life looks like. And of course, I would say very rigorous, strict training.
Yes.
Yes.
So, when you're living that life, at least as childhood-wise, what would you do for fun? What would you do for fun?
When I was young, I was very lucky. I had 2 childhood friends.
Yes.
One was a Tulku, his name is Tocha Tulku, and one was Manghi's Ramja Rinpoche's nephew, his name is Tashchimi.
Yes.
So we used to play with, those days I remember we used to play with like insects and in the mud, in the water, sometimes play with wooden guns and like that. So those were the memories, and I love animals still, so I was very lucky. Many friends of mine from people around Bhutan like that, and Ramja Rinpoche's extended families, they used to give me, animals and pets and so forth. So those were my days of, my hobbies.
Okay. And Rinpoche, how does the daily life look like now compared to before? How does the day in the life of Rinpoche look like?
Nowadays, I would say I wake up at around, I don't want to bore you, but I wake up around, try my best to wake up 5 a.m. to do my practice. Then I do a lot of self-reflection. I love to self-reflect, sometimes write poetry, sometimes read stories of Milarepa or poems of the 6th Dalai Lama, Tsaingyatso. And I love the poetry of Rumi. So much of romance.
Okay.
I am a man of passion and love. In Bhutan, if you say that, people will say, "Oh, you are chasing after girls." The definition of romance is, you are love, love is you, love is ultimate. It is so beautiful. And love comes with trust and respect, of course.
Yes.
So nowadays, I spend my time to do self-study and practice, and also, I also offer my time and my energy to help whoever it may need, even though it is very, very exhausting, but I try my best.
Yes.
Not because I want name or promotion, but that is the right thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what time do you go to bed?
Oh, that's tricky. I am a man who likes to watch documentaries.
Okay.
I also like to watch movies. I don't have Netflix, but I go onto this...
Illegal sites.
Yes, illegal site. Yeah. And I watch documentaries, movies.
Okay,
Maybe sometime at 11:30 or 12.
What you been watching recently?
Recently, I watched this movie called... it's quite an old one, but I love it. It's called Darkest Hour.
Okay.
It is a life story of Sir Winston Churchill.
Oh, okay. You watched it? Okay. Oh.
I love that.
I think I'm also a big fan of Churchill. I heard he's like the best diplomat of all time.
You wouldn't want to know what he did in India.
Oh, what did he do?
The famine in, the Great Famine in Rajasthan, Great Famine all around India was caused by Sir Winston Churchill. At that time, he said, Indians will feed themselves with their grains. We Britishers and Englishers need the raw material. by saying that, of course, diminishing so many lives. Yeah. So of course that's why still you see a lot of Indian people are very against the British Empire. Yeah.
I like how the Irish deal with it. They do silent protest. Have you seen Rinpoche? They just, as soon as the royal family comes, they wear their hats.
Yes, you're right. And Sai, there's an interesting thing the Irish do, when the royals enter, they put their hands in the pocket.
Oh, okay.
It's a silent saying, I'm not under you. And the Irish, as you know, they have the very strong hold of the RAF, Irish Republic Fighters. They fought against. And, Irish people are quite incredible. They have a history of such great people and great warriors. Yeah. I'm sure you watch this this show called Major Paddy Mayne.
No, I have not heard.
You must watch it. It's a true story of a British Special Forces officer. He's called Paddy Mayne. He was well known to fight in close combat with the frontline enemies, and he got many medals. One of the most bravest men ever. And my very good friend, and he is a student of my predecessor and my physical trainer. His name is Patrick Godfrey. He's Irish, so I know how Irish people are, very similar to Tibetans. Yeah.
So Rinpoche, also on that same note of your daily life, we'll talk about movies more, because we like to talk about movies on this podcast. But before we get into that, I asked the same question to Dzongse Jamyang Khyentse Rinpoche, is that when you're having your day off, when you don't need to meet people, or you don't need to have other obligations, you can do whatever you want. What do you do on that day?
You see, thanks to my friend from Ireland, Patrick, he changed me a lot in many ways, deeply, but also he changed my perspective on health and to take care of my health. I used to be 125 kgs before.
Oh, nice.
And now I'm right now 79. My goal is to be 75.
Okay.
So I'm very health conscious. So usually when I have day off, I like to go for a swim or maybe meet people, meet friends, my good friends. And sometimes just like to admire, like go through my phone, Google search and find like art pieces or pictures of artifacts. I enjoy looking at that. And I'm a big animal lover. So I like to learn what new species people discovered. And I also like to read poetry. And I must confess, I'm a big weapons, how would I say, mad weapon lover. So I love to learn about weaponry sometimes.
What's your favorite weapon, Rinpoche?
Do you mean mechanical or non-mechanical?
Firearm.
It depends. There are two types of firearm, as you know. The old version and new version.
Okay.
I think World War II, I love. Nothing can be compared to the German Luger Parabellum or the American 1911 Colt 45. It's the sweet of the sweetest. I also love, nowadays, German companies like Heckler & Co. make wonderful ammunitions and guns. And also the Swiss, apparently, Sig Sauer, and the, how would I say, the Italian with the Berettas.
Oh, okay.
Americans are very good, but it's mass production and not very eloquent, I would say.
Okay, so in terms of a connoisseur, you'll appreciate the European weapons as opposed to the American.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Rinpoche, so we'll go back into movies because I'm not that familiar with firearms other than playing PUBG. But so we'll talk about movies I like. So Rinpoche, we have a common question we ask our guests. Is, what are your 4 favorite movies of all time?
That's hard to say. I think one, I would say The Notebook.
Oh, romantic, man.
I think, then this is very it's funny to say this, but I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, okay.
But the old version.
Oh, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes, the British version. Because there was many like secret, nice messages in that movie. I also very much like King's Speech.
Oh yeah, I love that movie also. Yeah. That's a very good movie.
And also, I was watching recently this movie. It is the old movie, but they made it new. It's called The Shogun.
Okay, never heard of that.
It's a Japanese samurai movie
Okay.
based on the great Lord Shogun Tokugawa, so of the Edo period. So
Okay, I think I watched a series.
Yes.
But is it before Edo period?
Yes.
Yes, before how they had the war.
Yes.
And oh yeah, I
And
watched the series.
there was a Christian man who was kept
Yeah,
there
yeah.
to train with the cannons.
Port-
yeah?
Was he Portuguese?
They say Portuguese, but he speaks British.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So wonderful movie.
Yeah. I lived in Japan. I remember. Yeah.
Which part?
I lived in Chiba, but Chiba is like almost Tokyo. It's like just 20 minutes away. So I lived there for 2.5 years.
Oh wow! You learned any of their languages?
Yes,
and their
I can speak Japanese, but it's only enough to go to a convenience store and order coffee and come back. Enough to do that much.
Have you gone back?
No, la. But it was.
Have you learned if I may ask, have you learned the history of Japan?
Yes, la. Yes.
My hero is Oda Nobunaga.
Okay.
I think something about him incredible.
Oh, I'm not familiar with him, Ramesh. You could give us a little taste.
Oda Nobunaga was the unifier of Japan, no? And he was the one who says we must unify nation and unify ideology, modern and old tradition together.
Oh, okay.
I love that ideology.
Okay. And also, do you know? Are you familiar with Japan's part in China during World War II?
Of course.
Because people forget about that. And when I found out, I was like, oh my God. All I remember about Japan was, video games, anime, and cute girls. But now apparently they've been murdering Chinese in the World War like they were cockroaches.
But you must understand the point of view of Japan that time. Japan, as you know, until then they were under the order of the shogun,
Okay.
empire state. Suddenly they got a hyped up of industrialization, and they had to teach the Western Americans and the British to say, don't mess with us, we can also handle you. So of course, I don't agree with what they did, but what they did was industrialize, bring the military, modern military, and then they started to go around conquering, invading. So the Japan's ideology is called the Bushido law, as you know. So it's conquer, eliminate, and make them yours. Everyone else was not the sons and daughters of the rising sun, only them, So that's why, what they did, of course, all the war crimes, they did it, And of course, we Tibetans like to joke with each other. They say, Chinese people say one word, they hate the Japanese. But then they conquered us. They invaded us.
Yes.
They showed all the hatred on us.
So enemy of my enemy is my friend? Is that the logic?
No, the point is, if you hate Japan, why don't you fight them? Why fight us? No, we didn't do anything to you, no?
Yes.
So, but I like to always say one thing. History has a dirty secret, as you know. When Japan built the Unit 371 in Harbin in China, they were testing biological weapons.
Oh.
But you know what happened after that? When General MacArthur and his soldiers bombed that base, and when the Japanese surrendered, they had a discussion and negotiation saying Japan, one of their highest generals, would be released if you give us a secret. So all the secrets of the weapons, biological weapons, were handed over to America. So America said, okay, hush, hush. You don't talk about it, you are released. We will not put you in war crimes. As you know, history has its own dirty secret here.
Oh, interesting. All right. We'll get into another entire podcast about dirty secrets, but we don't know too much. So let me ask you this, Rinpoche, a simple question. Why are you back in Bhutan after so long?
The only reason I came back to Bhutan is to meet my good friends here.
Yes.
I don't know what I did in my life. Only thing I know is that I have only a handful of people who are my heartfelt friends.
Yes.
And they are always the ones who bring joy to me and have taught me inspiration of good quality human nature. I came here to meet them.
Yes.
And I came here to meet my old gangs, my disciples of previous Kyentse.
Yes.
And for me, as you know, I'm Tibetan myself, but I've lived in Bhutan for a long time. I've learned the language, I've learned the culture and history fairly. I know quite a lot. And you see, I'm one man who Bhutanese people problem, I've always spoken it openly to their faces. I don't do the backstabbing, I like to do the front stabbing. And I love Bhutan and Bhutanese people. It has always been in my heart, you know. When other people talk bad about Bhutan, I really can't handle that shit, you know. It's just like, these people are my people, you know. And I don't do Lala Shuju and Shamukamshe to anyone. I have one code of conduct.
Yes.
I don't look down on people. I don't look up to people. I look straight.
Yes.
And for me, there are many people who I value in Bhutan.
Yes.
That's why is the reason I made my last minute decision. I came here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what made you interested to come join us in this our very modest podcast?
I thought, why not to talk to our fellow Bhutanese people?
Okay.
Because, you know, from you, so many people will be hearing and listening.
Yes.
And I want people to know, you know, you can approach me and talk to me anytime, any moment. I'm not God. I'm not a lord or a, as we say in Nepali, Tulo Manchi, you know. I'm just human being. I depend on the people, you know. Without the people, I'm nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long are you going to be here for?
I plan to stay here till the 1st of August.
Okay.
Yes.
And then back to where?
Back to Nepal.
Back to Nepal.
Yeah.
So what do you think, now living in Nepal for a large amount of time and also Bhutan, we have a lot of parallels but also a lot of differences. What do you think is the difference and similarities between the Nepalese and Bhutanese people?
Between Bhutanese and Nepalese people, the similarity is the older people's tradition of family value.
Okay.
We both have it very strongly in Nepal also.
Yes.
And you see also the admiration to monarchy. Bhutan is still active, so it's different. But in Nepal, as you know, is abolished. Yeah. But you know, for me, it brought tear to my eye. A couple of weeks ago when I was in Nepal, I saw our Crown Prince Paras, you know, and he's a drug babu also. But he went on his Harley Davidson and he just stopped at the road and he was smoking a cigarette. And this group of aunties, so sweet aunties, they came with a flower and they're like, hey, Sripant Maharaj, you know, they were offering flowers and they were touching his feet. They showed genuine love to him. I thought, how sweet that is, you know.
Yes.
These people still have that childish, you know, genuine love to their king. And that's sweet, you know. It's not an indoctrinated idea. It's just a sweet idea, you know. So that we have similarity. And of course, we have similarity between Nepal and Bhutan. We have the similarity is our deep-rooted culture. Yeah? Bhutan has its own culture and language. In Nepal, we have our own culture and language.
Yes.
But the difference, of course, the big difference is in Bhutan, whatever you do is everyone's business. Nepal, whatever you do is your business.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They don't really pry or dig
They
or
don't
gossip.
care.
They don't, or they pretend not to hear.
I have an apartment. I rented an apartment. I stay alone. I have my attendant and my cousin brother and my family sometimes visit me. Sometimes I just wear a half pen and ganji. I walk outside. People don't care. People are like, hey, namaste, ke garda sa? Hey, namaste, ke garda sa? You know, they don't care what I do. But just imagine in Bhutan I did that. Everybody would be like, shup, 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 shup. But I must say, I'm so grateful, you know. I don't know what I did. Hema Bewachin, people used to so much khatan shit to me and very negative. I don't know what I did, you know, really. And I feel so touched. I cried a few days ago. People are showering me with so much love, you know. And this is something, I am not special, but I don't know. I feel like people are starting to see who I am in my heart.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful for it. You know, I'll never forget what they do. And I always say, without people, I'm nothing.
Yes.
You know.
But I think as Bhutanese people, we have a short memory. And then we're very community-based. So I think, like, let's say, if anyone upsets us, even after, let's say, a year, we see them, then again, the heart melts again. Like, oh, I feel bad. And I think that's a Bhutanese mentality. I think.
Yes, I've seen that. I agree with you.
Yes,
Ngachi, Tibetan, we're not like that.
Oh.
We keep,
Hold a grudge.
We will.
Next life also, I'll get you. Okay.
You don't need to wait till next
I'll get you this life. I'll reincarnate and come back for next life also.
No problem.
Okay, sorry, Rinpoche, please continue.
No problem. No, it's just that for me, I feel like, you know, for Bhutan, the sad part in Bhutan, you know, the parasite in Bhutan, I find is our own people. We are our own friends, but we are our own. It's like this English saying, You are your own friend, you are your own foe. I've heard so many people say this. People who are going, newly people who are visiting, or going to Australia to work. You know the one thing they say to each other? Dupki milu nate be mare. They not say, Chilipki milu nate be. They say, Dupki milu nate be. And that breaks my heart. I feel like that's not what it should be. You people should be like this, not like that, And you see, what I hate in Bhutan, what people do to each other is they're willing to cheat, betray, backstab, and destroy you in the worst way. And they have a way to get away with it, and then they will say, did I do it to you? I don't remember. But that's the worst thing you can do, Like physical damage, they besuwa, and you can heal. But emotional damage, you'll never heal. It will always be with you.
I thought the saying goes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Exactly. But apparently it's the other way around. But for you, is that case?
Yeah, for me, I always believe this. Physical damage can heal. Mental and emotional and verbal will never heal.
Okay.
It stays,
So so there's no way of healing from that, la?
You can heal, but the scar still lingers around.
Okay.
Okay.
But on that subject right now, our country is going through this mass exodus issue, which even though government does not acknowledge, but I think it is an issue. Do you have an opinion on that, Rinpoche? A lot of Bhutanese people immigrating to Australia for a better life and working there. What do you think about that?
I mean, I feel sorry for them, I mean, they're doing their best, They want to survive.
Yes,
As you remember, I remember in my childhood time, in the 1998, Bhutanese families who were rich enough and wealthy enough used to say, let's go to Calcutta. Or let's go to Hong Kong. That was like for them an America. No.
Yes.
You can go anywhere if you have the money. You can go anywhere. So, I feel like the people who are poor people. Now, let's make one difference, okay? I always wanted to say this. In Bhutan, people ruin one definition. People say, if you come from a poor family, they don't say, ngaki background di changkai. No. They say, nyamchui. No. The definition of nyamchung means humble. You're not humble. Of course not. You're very patashishi. If you have, you'll be very patashishi. You'll be a big asshole.
Okay.
But you're just poor. I'm sorry to say,
Okay.
Too bad. But you should remember one thing. What I feel very sad is every poor people deserves a chance to do whatever they want and experience everything what they want. You want to eat Wagyu beef? Go ahead. You want to go Hawaii? Go ahead. You want to go Las Vegas? Go ahead. But I'm sorry, money don't come from the top. You have to earn it yourself, So, why not? But I feel sad is that we have a majority of gap in Thimbu or in Paro in Bhutan. We have the very rich people, the powerful people, and we have the very, 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 very poor people, and nothing in between. The rich will look down on the poor, and the poor will cut on shit with the rich. So,
I wouldn't say we have very, very poor people. We don't have a homeless epidemic. We don't have.
I'm sorry to say, but have you gone to the east? Have you gone to the east?
Yes, my mom's from the east, and I went to Kurte. I didn't go to Tashigang.
Nobody will beg on the street because of ego.
Yeah, okay. Good pride, Buddhist pride. Good, nice. Don't beg. Okay.
But I've seen poor people in Bhutan. I've really cried.
I think I'm not acknowledging that there are very poor people in Bhutan, but I'm not thinking it's like there's a lot of poor people in Bhutan.
Okay.
I think there's a middle class, there's very rich people, and there's very poor people.
Just watch.
But the middle class is not that big.
Look,
that's what
just watch a BBS day. Yes. Just watch BBS once.
Okay.
Where the BBS people said, "Oh, we have everything in Bhutan. Now we will show you Sambe and Samtu Tsongka, this family. I'm going to ask how are they." Na kati bhi yuka la rusul na mi ya mi ma na se la khatul changa ina. Then the questioner also became let's go to the weather,
Okay.
I remember seeing this once before.
Okay.
I must tell you, being poor is a reality. Accept it. The more you accept, we can work on it.
Okay.
Ani benedigi for Bhutan, when once Chhundu Rinpoche very kindly invited me to the east to Damitse to do a drupchen, and when I went to the east, when we crossed Tromshingla and when we crossed the main hilltop, now entering into the east side, it was just crossing the Shongar Gizong, old ruins of Shongar Dzong, in that village area.
Mongar, is it Mongar? In Mongar? Tumshinla is Mongar, right? I'm not sure. But then it's on the way, because last time I went to the east side, I crossed Tumshinla, I remember.
There.
Yes.
There is where I saw authenticity. A group of family, grandfather, grandmother, and their whole children, in rain and sun, waited 3 hours with just a bag of orange. They said, we have nothing, but we offer you what we have. And I said, where are you living? And they pointed. A small little place made from banana leaf. I could not believe that. I cried at that moment. I told the father, I said, in Bhutan you have poor people? He said, of course. He said, we just don't talk about it. In my heart of heart, I felt like these people showed me the definition of innocent and good human nature. That they are willing to give you, even whatever they don't have, they will give you what they have. I gave back and I gave them some money. I cried. I couldn't talk to them. I didn't feel pity. I felt like they gave me something I never saw. And that is, be a good human being and do the right thing. You come to Thimphu, can you expect that here? No way. You go to Paro, you cannot expect that. Of course not. That kind of level of innocence, no.
Nyamchung.
That innocence, is Nyamchung, not Nyamchung. It's innocence, and good nature. One more thing that inspired me was when I visited the Kaling in Kaling. They have this what do you call that? Wangpo Chunching student school, no?
Okay.
How do you say that in English?
Disabled.
Yeah, disabled school.
Disabled school.
So they did a performance of song. I could not believe the talent of these children.
Yes.
Yeah, they are disabled, but they had such a voice, such an uplifting spirit. I thought, why is Bhutan not promoting these guys' songs? But these are the jewel of Bhutan. Yes. Their songs is all about love, family value, about the nature of Bhutan, about all of this. And they sang it with so much spirit there.
Yes.
That made me feel like, okay, this is what I want to hear. This is what Bhutan should say, our singers,
Yes. But just to be a devil's advocate, all of the artists we have in Thimphu and Bhutan, the mainstream, they're all independent. So no one's promoting them per se. They're promoting themselves. There's no government-backed artists that we're pushing towards the international market. It's all independent.
Thank God.
All independent. But on the other point is that, unfortunately, I Love You, Ngacheluga, Ngachelupa, Ngachimipcha sells very well, like hotcakes. In summer also, it'll sell. And unfortunately, My Life is Unfortunate, I Cannot Walk does not sell as well. And if it did, we would see it otherwise. So it's just like the world, sex sells and it's selling. And I have had people who have very talented, but they have not unrelatable stories. I think, if the person who's, either having hearing impairment or blind, and he sings about bumchi gamchi geshi gamchi jareme, I think it'll sell like anything. But it doesn't make sense because he cannot see. So
that's the reality. Yeah, I know. I agree.
So I think that's the reality that we are having, because even like when I'm on TikTok or Instagram and I see the same 5 songs sung by 5 different people, I get also fed up, like Rinpoche is mentioning. But this works for the vast majority of the people. And even this kind of song resonates with the Northeast and the Nepalese,
Yes,
and this is what gives us promotion. I think even the people outside of Bhutan don't want to see us underprivileged Bhutanese singing about how our life sucks, rather than, it's happy kingdom, we're so happy, we love everyone. I think this is what
I know, the harsh reality. Yes, of course, I agree.
Speaking of which, to segue, Rinpoche, now Bhutan, we're known as the country of happiness and GNH and all. So what does happiness mean to you, Rinpoche?
Happiness means to me, when you, in your shittiest time of your life, and still you find the chance in your heart that there's something to live for, There was a time in my life that I thought maybe the best thing to do is to kill myself, because I thought people hated me so much. They used to call me such nasty words, rapist and monster and child predator. I thought to myself, if I'm really that, shouldn't a monster be killed? So every history we have heroes slaying the monster, Thought, why not I just kill myself? And I attempted, I attempted to kill myself many times. I was alone, traveling in Burma, traveling in North Thailand, in Cambodia, also in Sri Lanka. Each time I attempted, something somehow was stopping me. Finally, there was a point of time when I was in Sri Lanka, and I wrote a goodbye letter also. And I made my mind. I went to the train station. Just below my hotel, there was a train road. I went there, I lay down. I said, okay, that's it. Whatever it is, let it be. If I died, it's okay. I'm sure somebody better can come over, When I lay down and the train was railing, coming towards me, at that split moment, this tall American tourist, he was completely drunk. He was wailing and singing and shouting, whatever. He came to me. He dragged me out of the thing. He said, what the hell are you doing? Get your life straight, man. And then he said something so brilliant. He said, good people will always go through shit. Get that right, okay? And he just pushed me. I was walking back to my hotel. It's like quite a long walk. I never forgot what he said to me. That one stranger's act made me feel like, okay, that's it. I will live. And I will not be a loser. I will ever be a victorious man in this world. And my victory will not be a war. It will be out of integrity and love.
Okay. Yeah. And that gave you happiness though, Rinpoche?
Yeah.
Immense happiness.
Every day I'm not happy, but I'm joyful. So joyful and content.
Speaking of content, Rinpoche, when I was younger, I was constantly looking for high lamas or wiser friends to ask, what is the difference between happiness and peace? But now a little bit older, I'm getting to understand that peace is more of contentment and being happy with contentment, while as happiness is looking for those high highs. So do you agree with that, or do you think there is a similarity or there is a difference between happiness and peace?
Without peace, there's no happiness. Without happiness, there's no peace. Peace and happiness are intertwined together, yeah?
Yes.
You can go to, like, I've seen this, you can go to India. And you can go to those, like, Anand Ambani type of people, so rich, yeah?
Yes.
You don't see happiness there. You go to the train station, you go to the bus station, you see these guys wearing dhoti, and eating a biscuit and a small chai in the mud cup, and they are so joyful. You say...
That's us on the weekend, by the way.
Yeah, you say, how are you doing, Sab tik tak, They're so happy, so full of shanti, And I think, for me, that is definition.
Okay.
That is the definition.
We're doing good, Jamin. We're doing good. No, literally, you described our weekend last weekend. We went to our regular spot in our happen and chappal. We were drinking tea. Then tea turned to beer. Then this long story. But I understand. So Rinpoche now, like you are very vulnerable to reveal all these things which happened to you and how you dealt with it. So when it comes to now, how do you deal with controversy being such a big high figure in this community?
I thank you for asking. I embrace everything. You see, for a long time, I was the punching bag for everyone. So many people who I knew, who I helped, supported, one by one, backstabbed, betrayed. You cannot imagine the hell they had put me through. And I always told myself one thing. I will always keep my integrity and dignity. Nothing can change that of me.
Yes.
And you see, of course, still there are many people who are like, oh, I'm going to back away from you because you are full of controversy. And I'm like, okay, no problem. And I tell myself one thing, let it be. If you think I'm a monster, take your time. Am I really a monster? Or am I not a monster? You be the judge, And I always tell myself one thing, I'm never going... I have no enemies in the world, nor I fight against anyone. All these people, Rinpoches, Lamas and Khenpos and Tulkus and lay people who one by one masterminded to destroy me, and they're still doing, I know every one of them. And I know them very well, and I know what kind of people they are. I know their secrets also, But I will always keep my mouth shut and say, go ahead, do your best on me, throw your biggest bomb at me. I will always embrace and smother you with only one thing, that is love and compassion.
Killing them
To
with
reach
kindness.
that level, it took a long time for me.
Yes.
And for me, like sometimes people ask me, now Rinpoche, so many people, easy access to you, so aren't you like danger, exposed, can somebody come and, do something bad to you, kill you? I said, okay, go ahead, I don't care, I'm not afraid, I don't run, bring it on. Really, I've come to a point where I don't fear. I really don't fear. And I want people to know I want to do my best. I really am trying my best. I have had many failed relationships in my life. Anything that I failed with my lover and my girlfriend is all my fault. It's not their fault. They have been great to me. Even though, of course, they have made terrible mistakes, but I will still say, Kunjo Sum, it's my fault as a man and it's not their fault as a lady. Man should always be honorable. No? We have our sexual desires, me too, And I'm completely open about it. I don't like to hide. Of course, if my mother watches this podcast, she will call me up and say, "Oh, why did you say this?" But it's okay. She will understand. And I always believe one thing: if you are completely yourself, you will always know where to go. Your path is clear. Yeah.
On that note, again, Rinpoche, I just thought about this. So last time I was watching this popular singer. He's an independent artist. His name is Russ. Maybe the young people will know. So he's very intelligent for for a rapper who sings about money and girls. But then someone asked him like what is the mentality developed? He said he read a very interesting book. And I forgot the book's name, but he said it's about a man, and every man has to handle 3 appetites. There's appetite for power, appetite for wealth, and appetite for lust. So Rinpoche, how do you deal with these 3 appetites?
It's for me, money is not a big issue. I don't really have any attachment. I need money, but it's not the biggest. You can't buy me with money. I rather give away my money than keep it, and that's my problem. And money doesn't stay with me. I just, And one thing I'll tell you, you'll find it very funny. I don't have a bank or a credit card. I still use cash. I'm kind of old-fashioned.
Yes.
So money is not a big thing for me. Even though when I was in the monastery a long time before, that's the one thing I saw. Lama, Rinpoche, Khenpo, Tulkus played a big game with money, 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 how to lure people for money, how to play the dirty game for money. I learned my lesson with that. Yeah. So first thing, money, and then secondly, what did you say?
Power and lust.
Oh, power, not a problem. I don't care about power, and I don't need power. I have 3 things: integrity, dignity, and genuine quality.
Yes.
I don't need anything else.
Okay.
Yeah. Now lust. I am like this, you see. I don't know how to play a game. You see, men play a game very well, as women do. I don't play game. I don't know how to play a game. So that's why when I meet a girl, if I like her, I'll just tell her to her face, I like you, I have desire to you, is that okay or not, And then most girls freak out, yeah? And then they're like, oh my God, and then they run away, yeah? And I like that.
Okay.
I want you to run away rather than be with me and then...
Now it's confirmed. This one. Okay, next one. Okay.
and then go to all that rubbish,
Okay.
And girl pattern is the same thing. You be with them for some time. They are very sweet and gentle, and they are like so loving. And once you get to know them too much, and then later on, whatever they say, they contradict themselves. Whatever they do wrong is your fault. And everything is about attention seeking. And if you don't, if they see you with another person, they're like, oh, you're cheating on me. Yeah. So I've had fair share of all of that, But I must say, in my relationships before, I was when I was in love, I was very proud, I would never look at a girl and say, when I give you a gift or when I do something for you, or maybe carry your bag or something, I'm not doing it because I want you to know that I'm so good guy and you should be thankful. No, I am very lucky. that you chose me to be your lover. I'm so lucky in this whole world. But if something goes wrong, it's my fault, okay? I'll take responsibility. That's my characteristics. It's inbuilt in me. And with sexuality, yes, of course, I have sexuality a lot, and I'm just open about it, I don't hide it. I don't go around saying, oh my God, I'm so pure, good, whatever, but, deep inside, I'm this, whatever, addicted to sex or whatever. I'm just honest about it, If I see a pretty girl, of course, I will think, wow, so great, But, you see, I've come to a point now where sometimes sexual lust scares me. Because I saw that the lust is really scary, It's really what we like to call the devil's smile. Yeah? Have you ever watched this movie? It's the actor. It's quite an old movie. The actor, I think, is called Al Pacino.
Yeah, I know.
And it's called Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, I recently watched it, Rinpoche. But I was too lazy, so I went to YouTube, 10-minute breakdown. But then, literally 3 days ago.
If you watch that movie, it's
very
brilliant.
Good. He lures you. Yeah. He lures everyone.
Because he has a way of saying it, and especially when he looks at, I think it's Keanu Reeves, I believe, when he looks at it, and then he shows lust, sexuality, sex, and naked woman and naked man. He says, that's where the devil will smile at you. And I thought, that's true. For me, when the peak of sexuality was in my mind, and I just was chasing after it, I realized, whoa, this is ruining me completely. It's really ruining me. It's just making me feel like I'm some sort of a, dog or something. And it made me feel disgusted in a way. I have still desire, I admit it, but I just want to be honest about it and get it over with. It just makes me feel so fed up, and I don't find it like, oh my God, wow. Even nowadays when I drive in Thimphu, if I see a beautiful girl, I'm like, oh nice, very wonderful, good luck. And then, and I'm like, whew, all the drama away,
Yes.
I don't want to go through the drama.
Yes. But these obstacles, isn't it? These the maras which Buddha warned us about.
But I realize one thing, real obstacle is here. Yeah, we always like to blame the girl, but it's our fault.
No, we don't blame, but this is the temptation is caused by our own thoughts. And if the temptation wasn't there, then out of sight, out of mind, wouldn't it not be?
Yeah, but you see, what I don't agree in our mind is, I've heard this a lot in Bhutan, is that when men talk, they always like to say one thing: if you sleep with any girl, you are a pao. And if a girl sleeps with many men, she is very cheap and bad and khatang shilling.
Yes.
Absolutely not. If you are a girl, if you're called a whore or a slut, you're a man whore.
And manslut, yes.
Yeah, both accountability.
Yes.
Both is not respectable. No respectable woman will say, oh, I'm so happy with my husband who has slept with 2,000 girls. Absolutely not. As for the same thing, a husband will not say, I want to marry this girl who has slept with 10,000 men. Absolutely not. There is a standard in our human beings, So, we are not judging. I'm not judging anyone, but we should at least don't be valueless and without dignity, And I always like to say one thing: when you let greed, ego, and evilness and lust take over you, your whole life will be completely ruined.
So how does one not let it take over you? Like, let's give an example. In my experience, talking with so many people, I realized, like we mentioned that earlier about Nyamchu people who come from little underprivileged backgrounds, and they reach with their hard work and also with their talent some state of status, and then they get a little carried away. Now I'm so happy. The teacher which mocked me when I was young, now I'm earning 10 times more their salary. The girl who didn't give me even a smile back now is chasing after me after I reached this place. The things I couldn't afford, I got it. Now how do you not let that take over your whole persona?
Can I give you like quite a harsh example?
Yes.
It's like this. Let's say you are able to date any girl you want, okay? Any kind of girl you want. And one day you go somewhere, driving, go in a bus or somewhere, and then this very young, pretty girl who's never dated any guy comes to you and says, oh, I need your help for, going somewhere or whatever. And then through the time you spend time with her, you get to know her very well. She starts to speak about her family, her difficulties, and then she starts to share with you. She finds a comfort in you, and then she shares you all her difficulty, her weakness, and the most importantly, her vulnerability. At that moment, do you tell yourself, aha, I activate my game mood and take advantage of her? Or you tell yourself, okay, you stand up, you look at the lady, madam, whatever it is, I respect you. I'll help you to go wherever you need to go, but that's it. Okay, please back away, back away. Protect yourself even from me. She may find that so, she may freak out, but she will never forget your kindness for that. Because she will tell herself, I met this stranger guy, and he did this very odd thing, but now I realize it, he has been the most kindest.
Okay. But wouldn't that be
do the right thing?
Wouldn't that the right thing be the difficult thing to do? And the wrong thing is so easy to do. So how do you convince yourself or find your way to maneuver to do the right thing over the easy thing?
Always do the right thing. You know it in your heart.
But how about if you can't? It's so tempting to do the easy thing. How do you convince yourself to do the right thing?
Unless you're an asshole,
Most people are.
So don't be an asshole.
How do you not be one?
Don't waste your life,
But it's easier said than done, isn't that not, Rinpoche?
It's not that.
Let's say it's so easy for me
difficult
to lift one grain of rice, and as I'm holding a big weight here, the right thing to do is to hold the big 20-kilo dumbbell. So then I'll be like, leave this, I'll just do this. But this is so much painstaking.
We are human beings. We believe ourselves as superior than animals. At least shouldn't we try? Like I've had in my life chances, where money or some things came to me, or some people have entrusted their belongings with me. I could have just slowly snipped it in my pocket. But through thick and thin, I was holding on to it and saying, even I lose everything. Please take back your item. Please take back your item. I did it. And people used to look at me saying, oh my God, you're really not capable of playing game. Yeah, I said, I don't. I'm my father's son. He was like that too. And I said, I don't want to ruin my, whatever remaining life I have, I don't want to mess it up with one mistake,
Speaking of also mistakes, Rinpoche, recently I've been trying to reflect on this thought about forgiveness.
Okay.
Like, let's say if someone does you wrong, most people, it'll be difficult to forgive them. Let's say they did some very upsetting thing which bothered your ego or, hurt you in whatever way. I think ultimately as humans, we can learn to forgive them.
Yes.
We can learn to forgive them,
yes,
one another, not for their peace, but for our own. I think this has been told by many good leaders and wise people. But my question is, I've also dealt with this. Sometimes you do something which you've done wrong. And there's no excuse for it. You can look around it, you reflect, and you take accountability that you did it wrong.
Yes.
But what I'm struggling with is, I think which I've noticed many people is, how do one forgive themselves? And and have you ever experienced that? And how did you go through that?
Forgiving
yourself, oneself.
To forgive yourself?
Yes.
Forgive yourself for what?
Let's say you do some act. Now, the person has also forgiven you, but you've refused to forgive yourself.
I never forgive myself.
You never forgive yourself. I think one should forgive yourself, right?
No, I've never forgiven myself, but I've learned from my mistakes, And you see, I'm the kind of human being, I will beat myself down until I die if I make one mistake. And I'll go to that person and say, I'm so sorry. To the entire family of that person, say, I'm so sorry for my mistake, Delay. But I'm the kind of man, even if I go through a hell with one person, I will forgive you.
But can you forgive yourself?
How can I forgive? It's very difficult for me to forgive myself. Now I've learned how to let go.
Okay.
Because the people who told me, hey, you didn't do anything wrong to me, but you've been believing that you did wrong. So, why don't you let go? Then I'm like, okay, if that's the case, then I will let go.
And how does one let go? It's easier said than done, isn't it?
For me, it was quite easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it was like, snatching on something, and then I just okay, I could just breathe now, That's what I felt in my heart, you know.
But I think that's easier said than done. Like in my own personal experience, I could think about many mistakes I've done in my life. And I beaten myself over it, thought I was a piece of shit for being that person. A lot of guilt, a lot of shame comes in it. But I think the gradual process of letting go is reflecting on how you were and what you're willing to change. And that's how it worked for me. But Rinpoche, when you're speaking, it sounds like, okay, yeah, I snap a finger and I let it go.
Well, I am kind of like that, you know, because I do reflect on myself every single moment of my life, you know. I do. I always do. I never think of myself as some great person, or I don't even think of myself as a cheap, very low person. I just think I am a human being. I'm doing my best, you know. I'm doing my best, and all my heartfelt friends, please bear with me and know who I am, and you're always in my heart as I am in your heart. So let's go together in this journey, this beautiful journey, you know. That's what I believe. But I'll tell you one thing, Yasai, is that like I've experienced in my life with people who are very close when I was younger, who like physically, mentally abused me, and also had touched me in a very inappropriate, sexually molesting way, and they have no regrets, you know. And when I met one of them quite a while ago, and I told that guy, I said, I forgive you for what you did. I can't forget what you did, you know. It still lingers with me. And he looked at me and he said, what did I do? I don't remember anything. And whatever I may have done to you, you deserve it. What can I say, you know? There are people in this world that are much scarier than devil itself. I think Satan came here, he would be like, oh my God.
My job is done.
No, Satan will come here and say, I am nothing compared to you guys, you know. Sometimes I think, you know, many cultures have a name. Like we in Bhutanese and Tibet, we have something called Du, is we say. The Christians call it the devil or Lucifer, yeah. The Hindus or the Islams call them Shaitan, yeah, or Jinn. I joke and I say, look, really Shaitan is here, human beings. Those Lucifers and Satans, they're not that bad compared to us. We're much more scarier. Even wild animals will run away from us, you know. That's how nasty we can be, and we don't regret it. You know, that's the scary part, you know.
So speaking of all, what my thing which you just reminded me, Rinpoche, is that these days with Buddhism and with the digital age of internet and everyone holding a camera, and Rinpoche also today speaking so freely without any restraint, do you think social media and digital age is a boost to spreading Buddhism, or do you think it's a detrimental?
Excuse me, Buddhism is not something to be spreading or converting. It's a spiritual inner wisdom journey. It's depending on people. It's really depending on people, you know. It's not like something you promote and podcast and whatever you like push on people, you know. And nowadays I don't like when lamas and rinpoches start to tell, saying, oh, for younger generation we have to make it very cool. Say, come on, give me a break. If young people want to learn, they will come to you. They will find their way and they will follow the old way. The old way has its own benefit. It's not some old-fashioned mentality. And I believe this whole digitalizing thing, I don't know, you know, I don't trust digital too much. I still trust how Mother Nature gave us the way. Even though that's said, I would say modernization has its own advantages and benefits, but to trust it too much, I do not know.
Okay, but then again, that being said, Rinpoche, you do use your social media platforms to spread information about whatever you do,
I don't
right?
like to.
Would you say that's contradicting what you just said?
No, because my platform, Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche's Facebook page, I don't spread. The word is, I don't spread it.
Yes.
I just share, and people want to see, okay. People don't want to see, okay. And any moment, if I want to remove it, that's no problem. I don't care. I don't give a damn about it, you know. You know, it's just a fun thing. I want people to know what I'm doing, so people don't feel like, Abhi, he's a Lama Rinpoche. He's, I'm same as you.
You want to close the divide, is that the case?
That's what it was in the past.
Yes.
Whatever I'm doing now, I'm just following in reviving the ancient traditions. I'm not a modern man. I'm an old soul.
Yes. What is the best thing and the worst thing of being a Lama?
Best thing to be a Lama is that you have such great chance to meet wonderful people and to meet wonderful teachers and practitioners. I mean, that's good people. And you really get to see everything of life. You learn many lessons, many eye-openers, so to speak. Now, the dark side or the disadvantage part of Lama is be very careful, because money, as you were saying before, money, power, lust, the woman, political, high-profile people, all of this is very easy access to you. Be very careful with that.
So that's the...
I mean, I'm sure once upon a time, Ravan Sai, when I was in Bhutan, I had every day, police escort.
Yes.
I had VVIP Kukur treatment.
Yes.
Nobody was allowed to enter to meet me. Later on, I stopped it all. I gave it up. I requested Jayum Kezan's her grace, kindness. I requested her not to have any of this for myself. And now I feel like this is the crisp of life. This is the how would I say, the cherry topping on a cake for my life. I am nobody. I am same as everyone else. And the whole reason why I kept my hair long and earring and I'm wearing chuba is I've never taken monk vow in my whole life. And now I want to make it clear, I'm not a monk. I'm a lay practitioner. So I want to make that differentiation, because I respect the Buddha's vow and the celibacy of the sacredness of bhikkhu and bhikkhuni, monk and nun. I don't like to mess with that. I know many Lama Rinpoche in this world, and Tulkus also in this world, who dress up like a monk and have tons of girlfriends and wife and sons and daughters and whatnot.
Yes.
Oh my God! But for me, that's not me.
But do you think those who do wear Sangha's robes and sit on the high tea and promote this sort of lifestyle, who don't practice, do you think they should hold up to certain standard and certain integrity?
Everybody is under the law. Follow the Mother Nature law. Follow the spiritual law. Follow the Buddha. Don't be an asshole. I think you're so big up there. I get so scared. I get really scared, because it's just a time bomb. People are not stupid. People will question one day. You Lama Rinpoche Tulku Khyentse, you talk about being celibate, give up, detachment, no money, no politics. You yourself are the biggest bosses of that. You chase after women. How dare you tell us, Jigdempas, this is going to come, It's very scary. And because of our own people's rotten actions and deeds, Buddhism will be destroyed. We don't need the Chinese to destroy us, or the the sultans of Persia. No, we ourselves will destroy it. And that's the dangerous part. Be careful, be mindful, please, Kuchi, And I feel like nowadays, like in the Tibetan Dharma world, like in Tibet, Nepal, India, and Bhutan, I see so much. Nepal and India, yes and no, because the country itself is a Hindu and all that, no? Yes, so it's a bit of a mixture. But I see this a lot in Tibet happening, in Bhutan also a lot. In Bhutan, when I come here, the first thing people will say is, oh, ya lam chiki chim, mama lam chiki chim, ya kempu chiki chim. Buildings, huge cars, 4 or 5 girlfriends, 4 or 5, 10 attendants, a secretary, and you can't get to see them. Huge houses. 84 Mahasiddhas were the brilliant people. Great yoginis like Sera Khando, Shuksip Jitsu, great teachers like Dochen Zeshi Dorje, Nzapatru, Longchen Ramjam, Pemba Lingpa, Dunjum, the first Dunjum Tatung Lingpa. They were great, brilliant, enlightened beings. House? No. Many attendants? No. Big car? No. Fancy thing? No. But brilliant heart. Big monuments? No. Everybody is building monuments and temples and whatnot. Who's going to stay there? I don't know. Nobody wants to be a monk. Nobody wants to be a nun, you know. And if you look at the Lamas and Rinpoches, all have wife and girlfriends and whatnot, and having more girlfriends and chasing after girls and all these kind of things. How can you inspire people, you know, to be the living example? You know, in my life, I was so fortunate. I met great, brilliant teachers, like such as my own root guru, Jebi Trishir Rinpoche, and such as like great masters, all passed away now. Jebi Tomayantha Rinpoche, his own is Dalai Lama, he's still alive, of course. And then there's one more teacher, he's still alive, but he mostly stays in China, Tibet, sometimes in Hong Kong. His name is Allah Zenkar Rinpoche, a great hidden yogi also. You know, he wears normal pants and like that, but a brilliant teacher. And my late father also, you know, I always talk about him. Not because he was my appa, but I would say he was a father figure to every human being who needed his help. And my father always told me one thing: when you die, don't leave any legacy, but when you live, live magnificently. And I will never forget his advices. So, you see, I believe one thing: if you want to be rich in your heart with wisdom, with good nature, with humility, and always be honest, always be honest, always be transparent, no matter what, you know. For me, all this rich Lama, big short Khenpo Tulku, it just makes me feel very like disheartened and feel like, what are we even doing, you know? What are we even doing? How can you be teaching when you're like that? And this all hierarchy system. Even like, for example, you know, I tell you one thing, so I don't want to take much of your time, but like in Bhutan, you know, I've seen this indoctrinated, in the people, in their mind, is that if you go to see a Lama, you cannot look at their eyes. You have to say all lasla, like this. And then if you go to see the Lama, you have to be so like follow rules and regulation and all this. It was never like that in the past. People can come and talk and do whatever you want, anytime, any moment. The door was open. A Lama is there to teach and help you, guide you. And, you know, it was a free flow of a good human connection. But here is all, nowadays, and from before I remember, everything was hierarchy. Hierarchy. If a Lama comes, you must put a kuchen and you must offer the food like this and all. No. A Lama is not a Tulo Manchi, is not a big boss, is not a minister. A Lama is a Lama, a spiritual teacher, humble. But I've seen Lamas nowadays in Tulkus and Khenpos also chasing for that hierarchy also, you know. And that's disgusting. And have they become great yogi and yoginis and enlightened being? I doubt that. But they were able to manage to make their pockets as fat as possible, you know. As we say in English, fattening the pigs, you know. And that is very disgusting and disheartening, you know. Throughout all my struggle and difficulties that I was thrown at me, without me deserving it, you see, I lost all my, if you think in one way, like in a physical way, I lost my house, my land, my car. My car, I offered it to my good friend, Chhundu Rinpoche, of course, but like what you have physically and outwardly, would you say, you know? I lost it all. Everything I lost, you know. I was kicked out of my own place, all that. But you see what I had? I was happy. Because I am not a loser. I am a winner. And it always drove me to go in the right way, you know. Yes. So I always feel like I'm very fortunate. That for me, I value so much one thing. I value good connection with good people. I have a handful of people of my friends here in Bhutan. I have some around the world in Europe, some in Singapore, some in Nepal, some in India and Tibet, some in Sikkim. And these people have been good to everyone else, of course, but extremely kind to me. So I'll never forget that. You know, I always tell myself one thing: people's kindness That should never be forgotten. So sometimes when I walk around in Thimbu or Paro Bazaar or wherever, if I see somebody who many years ago, maybe when I was young in Paro Sansam, this person came with his family, or maybe gave me some food or fruits or something, and I was always like, I remember that person's face. I will say, I remember coming at this year, this month, you came and brought your family and gave me this much. She said, I will never forget that person. I remember people's faces very well, and this has helped me because I don't want to ever forget people's kindness to me. I'm not the kind of person who is like, I take it for granted kind of thing. Never, of course not. And I always tell myself, I am undeserving of kindness. Sometimes I still feel scared, like, really, is this really happening to me? And I always cry. I cry with joy, and I feel like, I don't know what I did. I'm so, like, nowadays I'm filled with kindness. People are showing me so much kindness. I don't know what I did, and that just gives me feeling of encouragement.
Yes.
Go always on the right way.
Right now, Rinpoche, when you're speaking, last time I was listening to this podcast about, I think it was about mindset or something like that, and it was about like the billionaires of our world right now. They might be financially very rich and wealthy, but psychologically they're poor because they have to constantly think about this business or this investor, this shareholder. And right now, Rinpoche, when you're speaking it, I think you're very psychologically rich now, because I think you've not given a shit about what people think of what you say or what you do, and you're trying to live your best life. But which also brings me to the question now having experienced all that you have did and knowing all that you've known, now what is next for you, and what is your aspiration for now until the remainder of your life?
I have no ambition or goal.
Yes.
Oh my God, and thank goodness I don't care about building monuments, or monasteries or Dharma centers. I hate that. It's a building of your own ego. But what I always have in my heart is one promise, and that promise is, as a person, I want to be the best version. And as a Dharma practitioner, I want to do as much as I can. And thirdly, I want to live my life fullest. I saw my Appa, even to the last stage of his life, he would take his moment. He would go all the way, like in Nepal, to the most, like shittiest places where they have very cheap dal bath. He will buy the dal bath with, 50 rupee or 20 rupee, and he will sit amongst the beggars and all of these people and the drunkards, and he will eat and he will talk to everyone. How many children do you have? What do you do? What do you do? And he was so happy in that. And he told me, live your life fullest. There's no crime in that. And I want to live my life fullest, And if anybody has a problem with that, then forgive me. But please, I only ask one thing from everyone. Please bear with me, I'm not trying to do the wrong thing. I want to do the right thing. I really want to do the right thing. That's my urgency. I'm always in an urgent moment by saying, I want to do the right thing.
Yes.
I really want to do the right thing.
So let's say if someone comes and says, you're a Lama, you're a high Rinpoche, you should be seeking enlightenment and finding nirvana rather than being stuck in samsara. Shouldn't you be showing an example of showing the way to find that rather than trying to be in the samsara? Or how would you respond to that?
You want my honest answer?
Yes.
I would really hug that person.
Okay.
I would hug that person and I'd cry. Because first time in my life, at least someone with love speaks the harsh truth. I'll take it. And I'll tell that person, I salute to you 100 times. You're right. You have inspired me. I'll do my best. And I'll tell the person, I'll do my best. I won't let you down. I won't look at him and her or him, whatever, and say, oh, how dare you talk to me like that. No, of course. You really need to do the right thing. That's the whole thing. For me, I am in a very hurry. Like, I want to do the right thing. Because my whole life, I just lived in this indoctrination idea of Lama should be rich and powerful, monastery sponsor, and you do your all dirty bad things behind, but in front of people you be the good guy, whatever, and you do shamokamshi to people and you back scratch people and people scratch you. Come on, this is not the Buddhism. This is not Bhajarayana,
Okay.
So I just want to do the right thing, I've met the right people in my life. I want to do the right thing,
Yes.
Yeah.
Rinpoche, have you watched The Matrix?
Yes.
Red pill or blue pill? Rinpoche?
I forgot now.
Red pill is you wake up and you see the truth, whatever it may be. Blue pill is you wake up and you continue this simulation of a life we exist in.
Of course, red pill.
Red pill.
Yeah. I want the harsh truth, harsh reality.
Are you seeking the truth in this lifetime, Rinpoche?
As I would like to always say, I don't seek for anything. I don't chase for anything. I just want to see the things as it is. I am what I am. Myself completely, you know. I am completely myself, and I want everyone to learn to be completely themselves. That's all what I'm asking for right now. That's a beautiful thing, you know. I feel like I'm walking in love, you know. I'm always smiling, happy, and whoever walks by, I say, how are you? Are you doing well? Have a good day, you know.
But that's kind of interesting, because I think, because my mom is also a very spiritual person, and she says, you always look for the truth, seek the truth. But Rinpoche is saying, you don't seek for anything, but if it finds you,
it's inside you.
Okay.
You don't go like that, no?
I thought we can go like that and find it somewhere. No.
Then you hit your head on the wall there.
No, because I feel like sometimes being ignorant and being, passive and not being active in trying to make your life better and also doing the right thing or seeking the truth, if you just stay still, you won't find it. That's how I look at it.
You're right. That's the truth, yeah? It's everything here.
Okay.
Just take a moment, calm down, it's there.
Okay.
Listen to it, follow it, and most importantly, consistency. No, if you're like lazy and then it's not going to work. No.
Yes. Okay. 1 second. I just wanted to check if I forgot to answer anything. Okay, this is a question for a layperson, a very layperson. Okay, Rinpoche, because my audience is young, and mostly are stupid. I'll be honest, because I'm also stupid. We don't know what the meaning of Yangsi is. So can you explain to a very layperson what does Yangsi mean?
So Yangsi, the definition of Yangsi means reincarnation, reborn back in this world. Yes. We are all Yangsis, including yourself, including the animals. We are all Yangsi. We are reborn back in this earth. Of course, without choice, no? A samsaric world. Excuse me. So for me, I'm reborn. That's the definition means. I'm reborn back in this earth. So at least to utilize your effort, your body, speech, and mind, your effort and your time for the right purpose. Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes I feel like when we meet like High Lamas and other Tukus, there's this joke we say like, we're all Tuku. And then someone says, how can you say that? No,
you're right, because you see the whole definition, Tulku or Yangsi, reincarnation back. Of course you are, right. Even animals are. No, we are all born back without a choice. Yeah. If we had a choice, then you are liberated out. No?
Okay.
Then that is what we say, the Mahashakti or liberation. Yeah. You're out of it. Yeah. Till then, we try our best. No.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, Rinpoche, I'll give you this kind of like a theory or a little bit philosophical anecdote. So I watched this show called Rick and Morty. It's about a very intelligent grandfather and a very emotionally lovable young nephew, and they go on space adventures. And it's very philosophical. They talk about science fiction, theories of philosophy, spirituality. And one particular episode which really resonated with me, I wanted to know your thoughts is, so there's an episode where they go, because they've gone so many adventures, they're what's the word now? They're overstimulated with everything else, so they don't get the next high to look for another thrill. So then finally one man comes and says, you looking for something to thrill? He says, how about you face your fear? Everyone is afraid to face their fears. They say, okay, let's go. So they go to this place where it's a hole. When you jump in, you'll face your greatest fear. So the grandson goes in, and he's very afraid of everything: spiders, darkness, girls, what it calls public speaking. So he faces all of it. And later on, when he goes deep down level, he figures out his biggest fear is getting validation of others, which is very deep. And he learns to conquer that by saying it's okay. But that was another thing. But the grandfather's fear was very special. It was very particular, because he was very aware. He was not also giving a crap about anything in life. And his fear was happiness. He was afraid of happiness because he was once in love, and he gave everything to that person, and then that person died and was taken away from him. And ever since that day, he knew that love or happiness was a scam for him. So he's afraid to be happy because eventually you lose it. And then the demon in the fear hole tells him, like, imagine the best case scenario. You meet your soulmate, you die at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the best case scenario.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, someone dies before other, and then you suffer.
Yes.
So he's saying that's why he's afraid of happiness. So my question to you, Rinpoche, is, do you think that's true? If happiness, love is a scam, and should one be afraid of it? And if not, what is your biggest failure, Rinpoche?
Okay. First question: is happiness and love a scam? No, it's real. Happiness is a real thing, but in order to be happy, you need to be appreciative of every little thing in your life that come across, and you genuinely need to be grateful of everything. It's not easy, but try it, you'll experience it. And love, of course, love is a beautiful thing. I think love is so beautiful when you're able to love someone fully without ego, attachment and pride or any of those parasites, I like to call them. Just love the person for who they are and always appreciate them in every way. Such a beautiful thing. So beautiful. It's incredible, I think.
But it does eventually end like everything else.
But that itself is a beauty.
Yes, it's true. But then it hurts. The suffering comes from that.
Impermanent is a beauty, if you can appreciate it.
Okay, yes.
And I would say, if you love someone so much and one day it has to end, well, so be it. It's going to be very painful. But after all, you can look back and say, hey, I don't have any regrets. I fell in love. I met a special one. I loved her. That's it.
Okay. So, Rinpoche, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is our emotion, our mind. Is sometimes so scary. It's a tricky thing. As you're always reflecting on it. It's the worst weapon in the world here. The best friend, the best decider and witness, and the best teacher, but it can turn into the worst weapon in this world. The worst weapon is not a nuclear bomb. It's your mind. It's so scary.
So it can be your biggest tool and also your biggest weapon. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
But how about emotions? You think emotions and minds are separated or is one and the same?
No, it's a one essence, but it has different purposes. One essence, of course. One essence, right there.
Okay. So, are you a person who listens to your head or your heart more? Which more often than not?
I like to listen to my heart.
Okay, so you get more gut instinct rather than rational thinking.
Yeah, I don't do.
Some guy comes, say, Rinpoche, let me borrow 1 lakh from you, and he rationally says, this guy's never going to pay it back. So heart says, he seems like he needs it. So you listen to your heart.
No. What I will do, I'll look at the person and I'll say, sir, I don't have 1 lakh, but maybe I have 20,000. I know you're not going to give it back to me. I know you're cheating me. Take the money, go away before I call the police.
Wow.
Please,
Okay.
I don't
mix of both.
I don't take shit. I don't give shit.
Okay.
It's just my rules.
My
rules.
Okay, Rinpoche. Okay, I'll ask one more serious question. Then after that, I'll ask you a series of unserious questions to just lighten the mood. So I got this question last time. I thought it was very interesting. I think you read it to anybody, but I'll ask you, Rinpoche, is what is one outlook in life that you had when you were younger, which has changed now? It can be anything. It can be unserious also.
Yes, I'm trying to remember.
I don't like pineapple on pizza. Now it's not that bad. Who knows?
I think health.
Okay.
When I was young, I was so much into eating the wrong food, junk foods and sweet, fried foods. Now I hate those. I like to eat the food that is healthy, but it may taste bland.
Okay, nice. So actually, which is also a good segue because we ask this question often to our guests as an ending question, but I'll ask it now because it seems relevant. Is let's say you know that tomorrow you will die, you will demise, confirmed. Okay, death certificate already ink print. Today, what is the final meal you'll have?
Final meal?
Yeah, you can be gluttonous, you can be a savage, you can have a ginormous amount of whatever treats you want. What will be your final meal?
I think the final meal I would like to have is a home cooked meal.
Okay.
I'll ask all my friends to come. Say, come, meet me once. Tomorrow I'm gone. And I'll let them cook whatever they want. And and then I'll eat with them. Joke, enjoy.
No, but I want to be a little bit more specific. What would you like, Rinpoche? What? Like, imagine a thali. What
I don't really
dishes?
have,
What same would you have?
I'm quite. Okay, I would say.
Then let's go back to 10 years ago, Rinpoche. That
very-
time he was eating whatever he wanted. He had desires of any kind of pastry or food, fast
very-
food. What would you eat? Like?
I'm a very particular eater, a
Unless-
peculiar eater. But I eat foods that are very like quite basic. You know, I like boiled beef and things like that. You know, or I like fish soups and like that,
Okay.
or spinach or like that. Very very basic foods.
Okay.
It has to be natural, organic, and good quality. That's all what it matters.
Okay. What were you eating during the days where you said you were like 120 plus kg?
Oh my God!
What were you
I was
eating like? I'm very curious. What were you eating like?
Embarrassing. I used to eat every day fried chicken.
Nice. Oh, KFC guy. Okay.
For me, my favorite is Jollibee.
Oh, I've never tried. I've heard it's so good though.
Nothing can ever beat Jollibee.
Okay.
Even the fried Korean chickens,
Oh.
nothing can. Jollibee is the best.
Okay. Everybody, let's try.
Also, I like a lot of very, very fatty lamb.
Oh, okay.
I love fatty lamb. It
Okay.
tastes so nice in your mouth. And I used to love, my favorite was apple pie
Oh, okay.
and New York cheesecake.
Mm.
Wow. With a cup of espresso, double espresso, it was like. And I also like the Italian tiramisu. If you
Oh,
make-
I've had.
if it's made correct, oh my God, oh la la,
that's good.
nothing more needs in life.
Wow.
So there's a saying in Italian, la dolce, la bella dolce vita means life is great when there is love and, brightness. And Benedicte, for me, those days, food was the anchor of everything. So I wanted to taste every kind of food,
Okay.
but it had to be a lot of grease and oil.
Okay.
But I have to say one thing, okay? In Bhutan, when I visit people's homes, I'm very happy to taste their food, but it's just the one problem I have, and I hope people would understand me. I'm humbly requesting is, please, no more oil, no more grease and oil and cheese and tasi. It's just ruining my stomach, because I have to go to the bathroom.
Lactose
afterwards.
intolerant.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. And the worst thing is that, if you ask someone, oh, I'll come to eat you and eat your food, like that, they feel so happy that you're coming to eat. And
Yes,
then when
yes.
you look at the food, the things they prepare, it's just a drench in oil. And I feel like our Bhutanese people have no tongue or something, like. See, this is not the human food. Even dogs can't eat it. It's just so greasy. It's oil there.
I like my gondo dati like that. Okay, don't. But gondo dati should be oily, otherwise it seems bland. Rinpoche.
It's egg with cheese
Yes.
and chili.
And butter.
Oh my God,
Okay,
it's
you forgot.
so
and garlic.
It's so disgusting.
And it's more better with ghee. Okay, and fresh datsi. Oof.
You know what Gonto Datsi reminds me of?
What la?
If you look at a baby's, shit, it looks just like that.
Well, I'll have 2 plates. That's baby shit. That's what episode will be called, baby shit. Okay. All right. But what were you eating, let's say, on a daily basis? I'm sure you cannot have lamb and tiramisu every day. So on a daily basis, what would be a normal food you'll be going through?
Every day, fried chicken, fried pork,
Nice.
fried lamb. Because in Nepal, when we live, we can get mutton and lamb. No? So it's very easy for us.
Oh, okay.
And
In Buffalo, right? Buffalo.
Yes,
Well,
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
And then order takeaways all the time. Of course, obviously. And eating late night,
So then you started eating less and exercising to get to the shape you're in? Rinpoche?
No,
Just
I
cut.
changed the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Nowadays, I only eat protein, that's fish, chicken, and beef. Everything must be boiled. Very little salt, no oil at all, no fruits, no
No fruits.
Yeah.
I think you should have fruits. I think it's good, healthy.
fruit is not necessary because for our human body, as you know, we don't have the same capacity, digestive system as an animal. So Benedict, when you eat fruits, you may think it's healthy, but all that sugar is built up in you.
What is natural sugar compared to like
Natural
processed?
sugar is also unhealthy. Yeah.
Okay, I think
So
like moderation.
I cut out all fruits
Yes.
and sweets. So very limited food, but
Yes.
it does help my health.
Okay.
So that's why I'm very grateful.
Okay, Rinpoche. I've asked this to many people. I feel like as human beings, we can do all the right things, like being a good person, doing the right thing, waking up on time, eating the right food, discipline. But I think we also need to have a little leeway. So I feel like we all deserve one bad habit or one vice. What is that for you, Rinpoche? What is one bad habit or one vice you have?
Guilty of charge. I'm obsessed with good quality coffee.
Okay. Okay, man.
Coffee is the one thing I can't live without. And
Would you like one right now, Rinpoche? We've made one
yeah,
special one for you.
Yes, please. Yes.
Rinpoche,
Thank you so much.
Courtesy of Ambient Cafe. Thank you, Ambient Cafe. Thank you. We appreciate the coffee. It's very good. Rinpoche will have a taste. So that's your advice, Rinpoche.
I love
Okay.
coffee.
So how do you like your coffee? Americano, iced, cappuccino,
I like
espresso?
drip coffee.
Okay.
Drip coffee or French press.
Okay. We have French press right now.
Sometimes I like Italian brewed coffee.
Okay. I think Italian, they love espresso, right? If you order anything else, they get offended.
Yes.
They like
Espresso,
small
but-
cups.
Yes, but they have to make it from that steel, brewer. It's
Okay.
a special one they have. Yeah.
Okay, okay, Rinpoche. It'll be a little weird to do this with you, but I do this all guests. So I don't want you to feel left out. Recently we had a guest.
Okay.
Her name was Kutira. She's from Hawaii, and she's an oracle. She does all this mystifying predictions and stuff. But anyway, she found a connection with Bhutan. She made these cards. These are called the Dragon's Gift. So simple. It's enough is you ask a universe a question and you pick a card and then it'll represent an answer. Like imagine
It's a tarot card, yeah?
it's not like a tarot card per se. It's like oh,
okay.
so if Rinpoche, you can ask a question to the universe, pick a card, and maybe let's just have fun with one of them. You can just shuffle it and then ask a question to the universe. You can share it with us also.
Okay. All right.
You can share whatever question. Like, is the coffee going to be warm? Am I going to have Jollibee another time? Whatever question it may be.
Okay.
Okay. You can shuffle it. Shuffle.
I don't know how to shuffle so well.
Just pick it up. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom.
Okay.
Okay. Just put it in the top. Oh, yeah, like that.
Yes.
Yes, until you feel comfortable with.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then what is the question? Would you like to share with us or keep it to yourself?
Yes. Would I be able to sleep on time today?
Okay, pick a card.
I can pick
Pick any card you want.
Guidance?
Guidance. Okay. Would you like me to read the description or would you like to read it yourself?
Yes, please. You can read it.
Okay, guidance. Rinpoche picked the guidance card. It has a father and a son walking, or I would assume, or could be a predator and his victim. We never know. Anyways, let the currents of air bring clarity and wisdom. Seek the counsel of mentors and your inner voice, and allow your insights to illuminate your path and guide your steps with confidence and understanding. Guidance signifies the direction and advice provided by spiritual teachers. Wow. Inner intuition and the universe, illuminating the way towards clarity and purpose. This card also promotes personal growth by encouraging you to trust your inner wisdom and seek support when needed, fostering a deep connection to your life's journey and purpose. So I think tonight for your good night's sleep, you need someone to guide you, Rinpoche. Okay, all right, Rinpoche. Before the coffee gets here, usually my guests I cannot offer other than some water or coffee. Yes. But in the end, I always offer them a chance to speak to the audience, and I call it a plugging, which is just basically promoting anything you want. So sometimes we have singers here saying, please check out my new song, follow me on Instagram. Okay. Sometimes we have lamas like yourself talking about some essence of dharma or wisdom. Okay. So whatever you want, Rinpoche, the floor is yours.
Yes.
You can speak to the final words.
I think it sounds kind of stupid, but I like to promote my own movie.
Okay.
I made 2 movies already. Yes. And basically my style of a movie is I do not follow the genre of Hollywood or Bollywood with music and like that.
Yes.
Mine doesn't have any music. It's just about a very simple, how would I say, like something anybody can relate to.
Yes.
And I have the movie with me in Bhutan, and I want to show it here. And
May I ask what is it called?
it's called Karuna Maya.
Karuna. And what's it about?
It's about family connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all the actor and actresses are my friends. No, nothing professional. And I finished the movie in 2 days.
Wow.
In
How long is the movie?
Just 40 minutes.
Okay. Short film.
And I put a lot of effort in this, and I'm very grateful for all my friends who helped me. So this is something I want to show to everyone and promote in some sense, but not as a career, but it's a lifelong passion I had.
Yes.
So I would like to make more movies in the future, and I will show it for free in Thimphu once. And when I do the announcement, I hope everyone can come and watch and enjoy. And I have one request, please, that if you don't mind to take videos and snippets and then put it on YouTube, because I want to do it in a proper way.
Yes.
And not have like snippets of it in the YouTubes and that. So that's just my wish.
Yes.
And finally, I want to say that I wish everyone can enjoy your time and your evenings. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, speaking of which, this is again last question. Sorry, but we're also making a film, which I mentioned to Rinpoche. So, do you have any words of encouragement or advice before our impending journey, which is coming ahead?
If you already made a movie, or are you
We're going to make feature length, 90 minutes or 2 hours. We're on the process. We're planning.
Oh, okay. I'm nobody to,
No, but I always ask people who have experience, who have done it, and Rinpoche, you said you have.
I really like, the best movies are the ones that are shortest. And I like a movie that, when you watch it, you feel like, oh yeah, that's my life. I can relate to that.
Yes.
And not to copy like Hollywood, Bollywood, or Korean, or Thai, or whatever genres, just show something that's very natural,
Yes.
And anything can be made into art, and show the, highlight the people who are acting in this. It could be your friends who are doing it. In my case, it's my friends. Show them the highlight. Show the way how you're filming. And the most important is give the taste to the people of the viewers, homeliness. We don't need to have big dum-dum, whatever. Just something simple, but not too long. Like 2 hours, 90 minutes is very long. People's attention span is very short. Maximum 1 hour, minimum 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or 40 minutes. I feel like that's good enough.
Okay,
That's the sweet part.
Okay. Maybe Rinpoche also having ADHD with this digital age. You cannot focus on two things too many times.
Yeah, because I did it because I thought from the point of view of people.
Yes.
Because if people watch it, they will get it in that moment. If you make it very long, nobody has time.
Even I'm having trouble watching a movie without touching my phone, you start to, Okay. Last Rinpoche, thank you so much for gracing your presence here. We are very honored, very privileged, and also very happy to have you here, and very grateful that you are so vulnerable, so honest, and so joyful to come here. And thank you for sharing this moment, Rinpoche. Thank you. Hopefully we'll meet in this life. If not next life, don't forget me. Rinpoche, thank you so much. Okay, all right, we're at the end. So Rinpoche, you can look up again. The people, the angels, the khandus have come here. Thank you so much. Our podheads, we appreciate you. Okay, and we gotta give a last shout out to the podhead pros. So shout out to Rapsel Hendrup, Nobu 7868, Rinzen Wang 6741, Kukumbo Somo. See, I told you multi-purpose. Then in Poops, Nobu Digital, Karma Zimba 9121, Pema Samdo 639, and Susan B. We appreciate you. Thank you. And if you guys are watching this podcast for the first time because of Rinpoche's face, please consider subscribing because of this face. So until the next episode, goodbye. Rinpoche, we have a tradition where we just do one clap towards the end. So 1, 2, 3. Lasso.